Hi, I'm answering Vanishing446's questions about Buffy. This is a response video to it. Question number 1. When did you first hear about Buffy? What did you think about it then? I first heard about it. My dad owned a comic book store, and I saw that he had a comic book that had Buffy on it, just some chick on it, with a vampire next to it, and I was like, this looks pretty good. So I read it, freaked out, told him I loved it, and he told me that it was a TV show. And the rest is history. When did you start watching Buffy? This was about 2000. I was in middle school, about the 4th season. And again, I started watching it because the comic book was so awesome, and of course, the comic book pales in comparison of the awesomeness of the show. What is your favorite scene from Buffy? My favorite scene is from the 3rd season. I can't remember specifically what episode that is. But it's when Buffy absorbs some demon juice and she can hear people's thoughts. I want to say it's Earshot. I want to say that's the episode, but I'm not positive. And she's trying to convince Jonathan, who's up in the clock tower, or I don't know if it's a clock tower, but with a rifle, and who looks like he's gonna, just mow some students down. And she tells him that all these kids are afraid, they all have the same fears, that they're all the same, and even, every single one of them who's ignoring his pain is because that they're too wrapped up in their own to deal with his. And, that always resonated with me. And, of course, Jonathan wasn't actually doing that. He was going to kill himself. But nevertheless, I loved the speech Buffy gave him. Least favorite scene would probably be the whole episode of Beer Bad. I thought it was poorly contrived, and it didn't make any sense that they would even be serving Buffy alcohol. She was 18 in a bar. Whatever. Okay. Favorite character. Number 5. Favorite character. Goodness. Favorite character would it would probably either be Spike or Willow. And I say Spike or Willow because I loved Willow in the earlier seasons when she was still learning magic. And then I started not to like her as much when she started getting heavy into the magic. For obvious reasons, because I liked the quirky, kind of shy, reserved, and Spike. I liked Spike when he started being involved, when he got the chip in his head. I started to like him after that, because he wasn't really a bad guy to me anymore. And I think Anya would probably be another. I'm sorry, so many favorite characters. I love Anya because she was just so funny all the time. I probably didn't like Anya after the whole thing with Xander, which of course when the wedding was broken off and she wasn't really part of the Scooby Gang anymore, and that sort of made me sad. Least favorite character, if I had to pick one, it would probably be Dawn, but I didn't hate her so much that I couldn't watch an episode with her in it. This is a Dawn-centric episode, I can't, Dawn-heavy, I can't watch it. I didn't like her because she was a whiny little brat, but I think she was supposed to symbolize a little sister who, I don't have a little sister, but from what I understand, that's what she symbolized. When you talk about Buffy around people who haven't seen it, what kind of reactions do you get? They think I'm crazy, especially if I talk about it, after it's been off the air for 7 years. But every once in a while I'll meet someone who likes it. I talk to my cousin about it all the time, who's just as crazy about it as me, so it helps. How often do you rewatch episodes? Back in the day, before there were DVDs, I used to record the episodes on my little VHS player, and I didn't have cable in my room, so I used to just pop in a video and rewind it and play the whole thing, and when that was out, I would just, put the next one in there, and I think I had every episode recorded, and then, I finally switched over to DVDs reluctantly and bought them all. If I watch them now, I'll probably just watch first season, second season. I'll watch them in order. Buffy memorabilia. That's the next question, and I do have some. This is a magnet that I got from Michael's, and it's Spike, and I got it in 2002, and I paid $3. I know that because the price tag's still on it. This is an unofficial Buffy the Vampire Slayer biography, or unauthorized. Unauthorized. And this took place, it looks like when they were in high school. I should probably, there's pictures in it too. Pictures of Angel and then Buffy and Angel. I should redo this again. And then something a lot newer is my trade back Angel After the Fall, which takes place after the season 5, so it's be season 6. after the world is plunged into demonic anarchy, and it's very good. And I have the second one somewhere. I don't know where it is though. Okay. Over the course of the show, how did you feel about the storyline? What did you like and what did you hate? If this question was asked to me a long time ago when the show was a lot fresher in my mind, or before there was like the 6th season, 7th season, I would have said, like, I hated when Buffy died, you know, or I hated this, I hated that. But now that all the seasons are, like, together, in retrospect, I really don't hate anything about the storyline. I mean, the main storyline, not, like, little separate arcs and stuff that they had. Maybe the only thing I didn't like is that they maimed Xander. I mean, I know it was for dramatic effect or whatever, but Xander didn't need to lose his eye. He didn't need to be a patch. Wearing a patch. Has Buffy affected your life in any way? Yes, it has. I would say most likely the way that they talked and the way that they carried themselves, and, you know, the quirkiness of it, really, you know, I was in middle school at the time, and I was still coming into my own identity or whatever, and it helped me decide who I wanted to be and how I wanted to carry myself. What, if anything, have you learned from Buffy? Probably, again, the speech thing. I also learned that it's okay to be weird. It's not the end of the world to be an outcast. Do you incorporate Buffy-style speech into how you speak? Yes. Actually, I had a Wiggins when I saw this email. Oh, okay. Favorite quote from Buffy? Oh, gosh. Should have read these over. It would probably... the first thing that popped into my head was from season 5. A Fool for Love, I think. It's either A Fool for Love or Crush, I can't remember. But it's when Buffy is having like is just wants to find out about the Slayers that Spike has killed. I think because she had, like, a vampire almost got the best of her, and the final speech he gives her is like, death is your art, you make it with your hands day by day. And he goes on and tells her that, you know, it's not the punches that you didn't throw or the kicks you didn't land that will get you killed, it's the fact that you want it. Every Slayer has a death wish. I just thought, blew me away when I first saw that. Do you ever cry or tear up while watching the show? Yeah, I cried when that episode where Buffy's mom dies, the body. Oh god, always cry. So sad. And when Buffy dies on season 5, it's just terrible. Once More with Feeling. Do I have a favorite song from Once More with Feeling? I love all the songs, first of all, and I think I remember some lines. I love the song that Giles sings to Buffy. I mean, of course he's gonna leave. He leaves after that. Yeah. You're not ready for the world outside. Oh. The Standing in Your Way. Oh man, that was great. I love that. Have I heard about a Buffy movie being developed? Without Joss Whedon. No, and I don't like it. Don't like change? Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your love of the show? I am a Buffy fanatic. I guess a 10. I love Buffy. I spent the majority of my high school years being obsessed with it, quoting it. I never went as far as wrote fanfiction or anything, but I loved Buffy. Still love Buffy. And is Buffy culturally and socially relevant? How do you relate to the Scooby's general issues going through high school? Okay. I think Buffy is extremely relevant just because, although it has supernatural elements in it, it makes you feel like, you know, these are just regular kids going through school and have to deal with all this stuff. And everything, and all these demons and things can be taken into real life situations and problems that are just manifested in different ways without actually having to deal with it. And it makes it much more accessible than having to be like drugs, alcohol, all those other problems. Final notes on Buffy. It was a great show, great characters, and I miss it a lot. Thanks for having me do this. Hope it helps.